Let's continue to talk about limits from each direction. We're going to take it a step further now and we'll talk about limits that approach infinity. So let's do a quick review. If we're going to look at the limit as x goes to -2, let's look here. Again, I'm going to put my little dot, my little line. We got the left of -2 and the right of -2. So let's look at the limit as x goes to -2 from the left. Well, as x goes to -2 from the left, it looks like it approaches maybe 3.5. And then let's look at the limit as x goes to 2 from the right. And that looks like it also approaches 3.5. Since those are the same number, the limit as x goes to 2 overall is 3.5. However, when we look at f of -2, we see that the dot is filled in here when x equals -2, our y equals 0. So I want to point out that again, our limit can approach one thing and f of that same thing is not the same. It's really important, I will reiterate this, but it's still really important to think about limits as what happens near the point, not what happens at the point. Now we're ready to take this a step further. This time, let's look at the limit as x approaches 4. Again, we're going to look at from the left and from the right. So here's x equals 4 from the left and from the right. So it looks like our limit from the left approaches -2, and the limit as x goes to 4 from the right. Well, this doesn't approach a number. It looks like it goes off and gets really, really big. And the way we handle when something gets really, really big, we're going to say infinity. Of course, I've told you before that the limit as x goes to a from the left has to equal the limit as x goes to a from the right. Has to be a number L. I understand that infinity is not a number, but we're going to use that as shorthand and say the limit goes to infinity. We're here. This one, the limit of x goes to 4 from the left of f of x equals -2. For this one, what we're going to say is the limit as x goes to 4 from the right of f of x approaches infinity. It's a slight variation, and we use the same symbols, but it's really shorthand. It's kind of laziness to just use the same symbol. All right, let's keep going on this. So since those are not the same, the limit as x goes to 4 from both directions does not exist. And what is f of 4? So when x equals 4, our y looks like 0. So for this one, we're going to take a look at the limit as x goes to -1 from the left, and then the limit as x goes to -1 from the right, and again the limit as x goes to -1 from both directions, and then what is f of -1? So this is the left of -1, this is the right of -1. So we're going to follow it all the way, and again it looks like it goes really big, which we're going to assume approaches infinity. And from the right, it does the exact same thing. It looks like it approaches infinity. Therefore, the limit as x goes to -1 is infinity. However, f of -1, we have this asymptote. I know we spoke a bit about asymptotes last week. An asymptote is where we approach a value, but we never actually hit that value. So we always approach -1, but we don't actually get to hit it. So f of -1 does not exist.